Okay, so we have two rockets launched from the ground at the same time. The height of one, which is y in feet, is negative 16t squared plus 150t plus 5. The height of the other rocket is y equals negative 16t squared plus 160t. After how many seconds are the rockets the same height? So my question to you, what can you tell me about those equations in general? They're both quadratics. How do we know they're quadratics? The square on the variable, right? Okay, good. So then it says the height, blah, blah, blah. After how many seconds are the rockets the same height? So what are my variables in both of these equations and what are they representing? What are the variables, first of all? Like the actual variable. What is the variable? T. And what does T represent? T, number seconds, time in seconds. And the other variable is Y. And Y represents, say it again. Height of B. You say B? Height in feet, yes. I was like, height in B? What are you talking about? Yes, height. Bless you. So if the height is represented by Y and I'm looking for when the height, after how many seconds are the rockets the same height, how could I show that they have the same height? What could I do? If I set them both equal to 0, and that's the same as setting them equal to y, is that a likely height if it's 0? No, I like where you're thinking, but we're not quite there. Lee, what do you think? Okay, well, can you put your bag over to your left just a little so I can see you a little bit more? So, thank you. We want the heights. After how many seconds are the rockets the same height? You said, or Haley said, it's when the height is when it's the y, right? Y is your height, and if we want them to be the same, guys, listen, we want them to be the same. We don't know what that height is, but we know it's going to be the same. So what could I do with those equations? Let me put it to you this way. Haley also proposed that would we set them equal to 0? If I set it equal to 0, each one of them, what is the height? If I set y equals negative 16t squared plus 150t plus 5, and instead of saying y equals, I said 0 equals, what is that height? It's 0, okay? And what if I said the other height of the other rocket was also 0? What could we say or put together? Come on, spit it out. Get those wheels turning. Couldn't we also say 0 equals negative 16t squared plus 160t? Right? If both heights right off the ground were 0, that's where we started, we could say that, right? So if one equals 0 and the other one equals 0, logically, what else could we say? Yeah. So that's showing that they were at the same height of 0. Well, now they're not a height of 0, but they are at the same height. So I should be able to set one equal to the other, right? All right, so write this down, guys. Write this down. We're setting one equation equal to the other. Negative 16t squared plus 150t plus 5 equals negative 16t squared plus 160t. Now, Devin, why did we put these together and set them equal to each other?
To combine the terms.
Say it again.
To combine the terms.
Okay, we will combine like terms, but why can I set them equal to each other? Because we're trying to find the time when they are what?
The same height.
The same height, right? Justin, are you with me? Justin, same height, okay? All right, so let's combine some like terms here. What would you do to try to solve for t in this problem?
Drop 150 both sides.
Okay, we can do that. We can start there. Subtract 150 from both sides, 150t. So subtract 150t. So that gets rid of it from this side, and I have negative 16t squared plus 5 equals negative 16t squared plus 160t minus 150t is 10t. Okay, now what? Come on. Say that again.
Subtract 5 and subtract
Okay, so subtract 5. Let me do that in blue. Subtract 5, we can subtract 5, but yeah, there's nothing over there. So we get this, so we get negative 16t squared equals negative 16t squared plus 10t minus 5. Okay, now what? Lee or Justin, what do you think? Should we try to set this equal to 0, you think? That's how we usually try to solve, right? So what should I do?
Add 16t squared.
So add 16t squared, add 16t squared. And what happens? We get 0 equals, oh my gosh, that totally cancels out the square. Is that okay? Yeah, that makes it easier for us to factor, right? So we're left with 10t minus 5. We're solving for t. Now what? This is basically a one-step equation. We want to get t by itself, right? So what should I do? Add 5. So it was a good try to subtract 5, but now we're adding it back over. So we get 5 equals 10t. Trying to solve for t. So what do? Divide. Do you say divide? Divide by 10. Divide by 10. 10 10 simplifies. T is equal to what? What does that simplify to? 5 tenths, which simplifies to 0.5 or 1/2, right? If you divide by 5 over 5, or you could leave it and turn it into a decimal, yes. 0.5. We're talking about time, so this is seconds. So what does this mean in our problem? That at 1/2 a second, these two rockets were what? At the same height. Okay? Now, then it says, what is that height? So how would I figure out the height if they give me my time, t? What could I do? What should I do? Substitute t of 1/2 back in for which equation though? You could do both. Do I have to do both? No, because the heights were the same, right? So I can put it in either one and solve for y. Okay. Does anybody have a preference? Maybe we do the second one because that has one less term. I'm all for that. So we're going to say y equals negative 16t squared plus 160t. We are substituting 1/2 in for t, so y is equal to negative 16 times 1/2 squared plus 160 times 1/2. All right, so y equals, what is 1/2 squared? Either in fraction or decimal form. What's 1/2 times 1/2? 1/4. And what is 1/4 of negative 16?
-4.
Negative what?
4.
Yes. 1/4, -4, yes. -4 plus, what is half of 160? 80. And what is -4 plus 80? 76. And this is my height, so it is 76 feet. 76 feet. Hey, there we go. So because the rocket started at the same time, it says the height was going to be the same after how many seconds. That's why we can set those two equal to each other. We solved for our time in terms of t to be 1/2 second, and to figure out what that height is for either one, substitute 1/2 in for t for either equation, solve, and you get y equals 76 feet. Any questions about that? It wasn't too bad. Makes sense now that we're done with it, right? Okay. I think I will wait till tomorrow on the second part. If you have not completed the, what is it? What's my quiz? Where's my quiz? Join my quiz. There it is. If you have not done that yet, that was from Thursday with that code. And I might have to see if that's still open. I might have to open it again. Please finish that. If you are done with that, there was a homework assignment. Some of you might have started topic 6, homework number 8. Also, you can work on the review packet. We're going to work on the review packet on Wednesday and Thursday, and your test is this Friday. Okay? Any questions about what you should be doing? All right. So the review packet for the test, homework, or the join my quiz. All right.